It's been so long since I posted a video, and I'm finally filming a highly requested Q&A video. I got over 200 questions, but I won't be able to answer everything, but I've selected 30 frequently asked questions and I'm breaking down it to 3 videos, 3 episodes. So this video will be mostly about my career. The second one will be about my personal growth, and the last one I will be talking about makeup products and all of that. So let's dive into episode 1. Okay, so the first question is, how did you start your career as a makeup artist? Because of my creative background in fine art, knowingly or unknowingly, I had a hidden passion for doing creative stuff like fashion designing or makeup or everything that is related to art. And I used to do makeup on myself or on my friends and upload it on social media. It's just for fun, त्यो time. But the real breakthrough happened this one time when someone booked me for her wedding day through one of this guy that I knew. And I was really happy because she was my first ever bridal client, and I was really excited for this day to come. I was all prepared, I was all ready, and म कस्तो मेकअप गर्ने के गर्ने सबै सोचेर रेडी भइरहेको थिएँ. But sadly she cancelled me 2 days before her wedding because she found someone else, or she went with someone else. And I was really sad, I was heartbroken. Ego hurt त नभनौँ, but I was एकदमै hurt. And then I realized that I was rejected for not having an experience. And त्यो eventले चाहिँ that made me realize that I need to work really hard. I need to build my profile really strong so that people can trust my work. And then I started taking makeup more seriously. I started doing makeup अझ धेरै मेरो साथीहरुमा or familyमा or आफूमा अनि धेरै upload गर्नु थाले. I even created a vlog related to makeup. And yeah, I just went with the flow, and that's how I ended up becoming a makeup artist. Okay, so the second question is, how did you start your studio in Nepal? Did you have to invest a lot to make it? It was beautiful. Thank you. And at this point, I was already freelancing. I was already working with clients, and I was traveling to hotels, and home studio was not so convenient for me. And this one day, on my way to home, I met Mukadai. He was a photographer. He still is a photographer, but he's not that active. Now we're like a family. And while we were talking, I mentioned him that I was looking for a studio because it's not really convenient for me to travel to hotels, and and I didn't know that he had a photography studio, and he ever so kindly offered me to use his studio until I figure out okay गर्ने भनेर. And I'm really thankful for that, Mukadai. And yes, so then now I had a studio, but I didn't have equipment. So the studio was so messed up. वहाँको photography studio थियो अनि धुलै धुलो भएको studio थियो, and I didn't know what to do there हैन. So एउटा सानो corner लाई चाहिँ मैले सफा गरेर I started from one chair अब त्यो studio बाट chair निकालेर त्यहाँ chair राखे, and there was this one table राखे, and next thing was like mirror. अनि त्यसपछि एउटा सानो sofa पनि थियो तर use नभएको sofa, त्यो पनि लिएर आएर I made my small setup के. So it was like सानो राम्रो सेटअप थियो मेरो एउटा कर्नरमा. अनि मेरो ब्राइडहरु आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ I always told them it's renovating, it's under construction, बनाइरहेको छु भनेर. I was taking a lot of clients, अनि I saw my growth कि I was getting a lot of clients, अनि मैले एकदम growth देखिसकेपछि चाहिँ I felt like I need to at least do the flooring because कति धुलो उडिरहेको थियो. So I started from flooring, and I was earning money, अनि त्यही money चाहिँ मैले इन्भेस्ट गरिरहेको थिएँ स्टुडियोमा. त्यसपछि I started from flooring राम्रो गरिसकेर curtains राखे, and build up गर्दा everything fell in place. So that's how I ended up making a studio. How did your parents allow you to get into this field? They had no idea what I had started doing. I wasn't hiding it from them, but then I knew that they would never understand this because it's not a traditional job like a doctor, pilot, profession. So they would never understand. And my mom always wanted me to get into medical field, either nurse or dentistry. They field because my sister was into it too. My sister was studying medical field money. So it was her dream. But I could never, so I convinced my mom that I wanted to get into fashion designing, creative film, and I wanted to go to Paris for my further studies. And back in the days, going to abroad was like a trend, okay? So I decided to go to Paris, and I did my diploma in fashion designing yanira to apply for my scholarship, and I got scholarship too. Tara mero last interview ko belama chai earthquake happened and I missed my interview, and I had to redo a lot of things again, and I lost interest. So I decided to go for fine arts college to get a degree, and the degree linala nai bhanau na certificate and all of that. So I decided to join fine arts college, and while I was doing fine arts, bachelor's garda garda nai एक दुईवटा क्लाइन्ट पनि गरिरहन्थेँ मैले, मेकअप पनि गरिरहन्थेँ. अनि ठ्याक्क यही टाइममा नै my grandma was ill, so my mom had to go away for 2 months and I was all alone. So I decided to take this chance to invest my time, my energy, and I wanted to do more and more clients because my mom wasn't here. So I did a lot of clients त्यसपछि, अनि कति टाइममा चाहिँ मेरो morning class थियो अनि मेरो morning को bridal client पनि थियो. So I had to cancel my bridal client because I had to attend मेरो morning class पनि. So I had to choose one, whether go for fine arts and get a degree or just go for my career. It was already there, so I decided to go for career because I was more interested doing this. I was really passionate about it. So then I started doing a lot of clients, and yeh time mani I was using Mukadaiko studio. I was doing the flooring or pani, and मैले invest pani त्यही money नै I was earning, and I was investing the same paisa त्यो studio बनाउनलाई. I was doing all of that. तर मेरो first savings I saved it for my mom so that I could buy her something. त्यो उहाँसँग अब जहिले भइराख्छ भनेर I wanted to buy her something, so I saved that. अनि बाँकी चाहिँ I was earning and I was investing and I was building a studio. By the time she came back, I was already doing that. अनि मम्मी फेरि त आइसक्नु भइसकेर चाहिँ I decided to take her to studio one day, and I had 5-6 bridal clients that morning, and yeah, she saw me doing it. She was really happy seeing me doing that, and yeah, then I was allowed to do it. I proved her. And I've arranged this question milaera so that I can explain you guys in a better way. मेरो starting को career देखि last सम्म नै अनि कति questions हरु चाहिँ मैले एकै ठाउँमा राखेको छु so that I can explain all together. So this one is, how did you start your classes? How did you work with celebrities, and how did you get a lot of clients? Okay, I was getting a lot of clients. I managed to take good pictures with good lights and good background of each clients with their permissions, and I was uploading it on social media. एकदम frequently upload गरिरहन्थे, एकदम frequently photoहरु खिचिरहन्थे जतिवटा look गरे पनि. So that way I was attracting more and more clients. So I think the key is to present your work and be consistent. And yeah, people were liking my work, my followers were growing on social media, and this was the time when Priyanka called me for one project, the music video ko project ko lagi थियो, and then we worked together for this project, and since then we became really good friends, and we started working frequently after that. And Namrata Di called me again for her event, and we became really good friends again, and then we started working together. And then I did Recharge makeup for one of her magazine, and we became friends and we worked together again, and then I started working with a lot of celebrity clients after that. I think it's also important to have good relation with them, with your clients, in order to work with them again. And while I was doing all of this, I used to get a lot of queries, a lot of messages regarding makeup classes dinuncha ki hudaina bhanera, but I never considered. But this one time I posted on my social media if anyone would be interested taking a makeup class with me, and unexpectedly I got more than 400 to 500 inquiries about the classes, and I thought, okay, I have to do this bhanera. And they announced lama class garchu bhanera announce gare, and then I got a lot of calls, and I didn't even know how to handle a phone, ke kasari handle गर्ने केही थाहा थिएन मलाई. And my best friend Zui, she helped me a lot with this, and I'm really grateful to have her. She would always be there for me. So we handled this together, and then I had to hire more assistant, and then sabai bookings haru lisakeपछि मेरो syllabus haru पनि prepare गर्नु पर्ने थियो, and then त्यो prepare गरिसकेपछि next step was अब कसरी सिकाउने भनेर हैन. So I had no idea म भित्ताभरि mirror राखेर गरौँ कि अब कस्तो के idea नै आइरा थिएन. But this one day I came up with this idea of doing this makeup अगाडि आफ्नो face मा mirror मा हेरेर makeup गर्ने, because I wanted my class to be more fun and interactive. So yeah, I just came up with that idea, and it was successful. The idea was really good, and then that's how I started doing classes. My first workshop was really successful, and I did a lot of workshop after that, and I enjoyed teaching this skill to the new generation, naya generation airahunthyo. So it's a really good thing. I really enjoy doing this. What made you leave everything and move to India? How did you feel when you left everything? Okay. At this point, I was working with a lot of bridal clients. I was so busy doing bridal makeup, and I was working with a lot of celebrities. I was doing classes, and it was the same flow ma bhairako थियो, and I felt like my growth was stagnant के किनकि एउटै कुरा रिपिट भइरहेको थियो अनि त्यो भित्रैदेखि चाहिँ मलाई एकदमै I felt like I need to get out of my comfort zone. I wanted to work in, you know, different industry because I was young at the time and I wanted to experience new things. So your time I got a call from Pashmina brand Nepal ko, and they wanted to shoot in Mustang, and they had two models from India. One was Pranati, she's now my best friend, and one is Pradayani from Chennai. So I was really interested to work with them. I was really interested to work with this brand. So we went to Mustang for 4 days to shoot, and after the shoot they encouraged me that my work was really good, that my work was international and I should try working in India as well. And then this which I came to know that I have a good opportunity in India as well. They have good industry, so I could do something makeup ma pani tyanira. So shoot bara firta aisikeपछि I knew that I wanted to leave, though it was really risky and my parents would never allow me to move to India. So I told my mom that I'm going for a vacation for 1 week भनेर, तर खासमा चाहिँ I went to see the weather अनि ठाउँ कस्तो छ, म त्यहाँ काम गर्न सक्छु कि सक्दिनँ भनेर चेक गर्न गए थिएँ. And the only person that I knew was Pranati, and though she was busy with her stuff, उ पनि उसको career start गरिरहेको थियो. She was busy with her auditions, shoots and castings and a lot of things, but she still made sure that I was safe and I was having fun. I'm really grateful to have her. And I really loved Mumbai and I felt like I could work here. So I came back. I decided to shut everything. My studio sabai banda गर्ने गरेर जान्छु भनेर सोचेको थिएँ, but then my mom would never allow me again. So I told my mom that म 2 हप्ताको लागि जान्छु फेरि because I'm working there for some project भनेर. फेरि I lied and then I left. त्यो टाइममा चाहिँ मैले स्टुडियो सबै बन्द गरेर I left for 2 weeks अनि त्यो 2 हप्तामा चाहिँ I managed to settle down के अपार्टमेन्टहरु खोजेर सबै म्यानेज गरेर म फेरि फिर्ता आएँ. Then I took my mom to India again. त्यो टाइममा चाहिँ I told her that I want to move here भनेर, अनि मम्मीलाई सँगै लगेर गइसकेपछि चाहिँ उहाँले पनि देख्नु भयो, and she loved Mumbai and it was really safe, and I told her that I'm really happy doing this, so I had to prove her again. So it was okay. How did you manage everything when you first moved to India? How did you get into agency? Well, it was not easy, but it was possible. So when I first moved to India, I just left with one bag, with no contacts, with no portfolio. I didn't even know what portfolio was. All I had was bridal clients ko photos मेरो नेपालमा गरेको photos and that's all I had. So first thing India move भएर चाहिँ I had to find an apartment, अनि I was all alone, so I had to do everything by myself. त्यो पनि नयाँ place मा, it was new city, it was really big, अनि no one knew what I was doing भनेर. My dad and sister, they were in New York, they lived in New York, and my mom was Nepalमा. उहाँलाई पनि केही थाहा थिएन what I was doing भनेर, because I told her म घुम्न जान्छु भनेर. No, second time that I told her that I'm going for some project भनेर. And I had to do everything by myself. So मेरो backup चाहिँ I had my savings, which helped me financially with all of this travel, to find a new place, apartment खोज्नलाई, अनि त्यसपछि to live in Mumbai with no works for 6-7 months. So I was not earning at all for 5-6 months. So it was really hard 6 months. I had to face a lot of difficulties finding an apartment, but I somehow managed to find one decent apartment, and the next step was police verification, and I had to go to police को station मा 4-5 चोटी जानु पर्ने. अब त्यो it was अलि सरकारी कामै थियो त्यहाँनिर पनि, अनि अलिकति ढिलो हुने. त्यसपछि I managed to do that, and next step was PAN card, and त्यो पनि एकदम गाह्रो भयो. त्यो पनि एकदमै गभर्नमेन्टै वर्कमा थियो नि त, so it was really hard. त्यसपछि I had to do मेरो bank account. So even to open a bank account, it was really hard because as a foreigner, एकदमै गाह्रो थियो. And I used to go to 5-6 banks a day. They would just make it so difficult for me. घरि आधार कार्ड चाहिन्छ, यो चाहिन्छ, त्यो डकुमेन्ट के भनेर. They would just make it so difficult, अनि nothing was working के. So त्यो दिन चाहिँ I decided to just sit like त्यो एउटा बेन्चमा थियो त्यो रोडमा नि I decided to sit there and I cried so much because things were like so difficult for me and I just left everything back in Nepal and it's sabai naya थियो नि त sabai naya experience थियो and I was doing it all by myself and it was so messed up and I just sat down I cried so much but I cried for a while and I decided to like move on. I kept going so I somehow managed to do everything अनि सबै सेट भइसकेर चाहिँ my next step was to find an agency अब काम खोज्नु पर्ने थियो अनि एजेन्सीमा चाहिँ I used to call कति धेरै एजेन्सीहरूलाई फोन गरेँ मैले अब I used to get their contacts from Pranati through social media अनि खोजेर कति कन्ट्याक्ट गर्नु खोज्दाखेरि चाहिँ they all rejected me because I didn't have a good portfolio, I didn't have good experience and some agencies would ask me if I have worked कुनै पहिला कुनै ब्रान्डसँग कुनै सेलिब्रिटीसँग कुनै प्रोजेक्टमा काम गरेको छ कि छैन अब एक्सपिरियन्स सोध्थ्यो सबैले but I was looking for an agency so that they could represent me so that I could show my talent but it didn't work like that so सबै एजेन्सीले रिजेक्ट गर्यो my bridal त्यो मेरो photos पनि it didn't work so my next step was to build my portfolio then I came to know what portfolio is अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ अब आफै बनाउँछु भनेर I decided to contact a lot of photographers I got their contacts through Pranati again and through social media and no one replied me. I didn't get any response from them. So there was this one sweetest photographer, her name is Natalia and we're a family now. I love her. So she was interested working with me. She got back to me and then yeah, that's how it started. I started working with Natalia and after that I worked with a lot of models. I was building my portfolio and after working with these models, they through contact and I worked with more photographers and more models and I happened to work with Munjal and we are really good friends now and I worked with him a lot to build my portfolio अनि त्यो गर्दा गर्दा नै I was building my contacts. I was already doing so good. मेरो portfolio नि एकदम राम्रो भइसकेको थियो. Then I worked with more models, more photographers. त्यसपछि चाहिँ मेरो एकदम प्रोफाइल राम्रो भइसकेपछि paid jobsहरु पनि पाउन थाले and I was doing that. I was doing completely fine and this was the time when a lot of all these agencies they wanted me. So I would get calls from agencies that they wanted to sign me in भनेर and I got calls from different agencies and मैले चाहिँ एउटा agency sign गर्नु लागेको बेलामा I got a call from Inega which is one of the best agency in Mumbai and they rejected me suruma but then they wanted me so so they called me that morning and they were like we want to sign you in भनेर तर बेलुका चाहिँ मैले अर्को एजेन्सीलाई साइन गर्नु लागेको थियो अर्को एजेन्सीसँग and I was so confused what to do now भनेर but I had to go with the best one so I decided to go with Inega. त्यसपछि चाहिँ after I joined Inega I got a lot of good jobs, big brands, big photographers and it was an amazing experience working with them and I'm really grateful to them. Another one, how was your work life in Mumbai? How was your experience? It was amazing. There are two types of industry Mumbai ma चाहिँ one is more into celebrities where you do movies, you do ads and you basically work with celebrities अनि अर्को चाहिँ it's a fashion industry. You work for brands, you work for we work with international models and all of that. So I was more into fashion industry but I used to do both के time म यता त्यो movie को industry मा I used to do with celebrities as well. I used to work with movies, I used to work with जे काम आए पनि I used to do it. I used to take all the opportunities. So I was doing really good. I worked with really big brands like I worked with Pantene, Chopper Stop, I worked for Vogue India, I worked for Femina, I worked for ads, e-commerce, I worked for makeup brands, clothing brands and I did the whole website for Faces Canada which is the leading makeup brand in India. So I did the whole website for them. I had to choose models, I had to make mood board and it was a completely different experience for me but it was really great and I worked for Shamba, billboards and so my work is all over stores and magazines and billboards. Did reality shows, I did movies, I did music videos and I even worked in Paris for a month through my agency and I'm really grateful for that. I had a great team. Janak, he was the head of my team. He would just make my work so easy. He would take care of everything and Zoya, Simran, they were amazing. We will always be a team, and even if I come up with my makeup brand future ma, I want them to be my team. I would love to work with them again and again. So beside all this, it was a bit crazy too, because I had to work for 26-27 hours or कोही बेला 30 hours straight with no sleep, with no rest. अनि कोही बेला अब shoot गरिसकेपछि 8-9 घण्टा wait गर्नुपर्ने, त्यो wait गरिसकेपछि shoot start हुन्थ्यो, and the shoot would go on for like 14-15 hours. So this would repeat again and again, and it was really hectic. And there was this one time where I had to travel with a lot of transit, long hour transit, travel garera काम गर्दाखेरि I kept moving for 60 hours, 60 to 70 hours for 2-3 days, and it was too much for me. My body couldn't take it and I passed out. With all this experience, I was traumatized. I used to get panic attacks, I used to get anxiety attacks, but I had my ways to take care of it. Sometimes I would be really sick. अब कोही बेला पिरियड क्राम्प्स हुन्थ्यो, कोही बेला एकदम फिभर भइरहन्थ्यो, कोही बेला के बिरामी भइरहन्थ्यो. But no matter what happened, no matter what the situation was, how the situation was, I made sure that I gave my 100%. I made sure that I was present मेरो काममा. I made sure that it went well. I made sure that I grabbed all the opportunities. And at this point, I wasn't taking care of my health because I was skipping my meals. I was skipping मेरो सुत्ने टाइमहरु पनि कोही बेला 3 घण्टा सुत्नु पाउँथे, कोही बेला 4 घण्टा सुत्नु पाउँथ्यो. कति बिरामीहरु भइराख्थे के, but I don't do that anymore because health is really important for me now. So beside all this, I never stopped being in the moment. I never stopped making the best out of everything. I never stopped grabbing all the opportunities. I just did what I had to do. Okay, you just gotta do it anyway. भने जस्तै यो टाइममा चाहिँ I was really busy, अनि मेरो कति टाइम मेरो डेट्सहरु पनि एकदम क्ल्याश हुन्थ्यो. अनि मेरो डेट्स क्ल्याश हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ if I had to choose between two jobs, कुनै जब चाहिँ एकदम धेरै बजेट भएको हुन्थ्यो, कुनै चाहिँ थोरै बजेट भएको हुन्थ्यो, but which would be beneficial for my future, for my अब पछि मेरो पोर्टफोलियोमा, मेरो करियरमा beneficial छ भने चाहिँ I would always choose this one, because I was still building my portfolio एकदमै strong. I was still building my contacts, so I always went with the second option. Okay, so money was never a priority for me, because you know what you do now help you grow in future. So grateful for all these decisions that I've made, all these beautiful experiences that made me so strong today, and all these beautiful people that I've met in India. Okay, last question. Why did you leave India and how did you get into agency in Dubai? Again, growth. So I had given myself 2.5 years in India and do my best, which I did. I worked for almost everything. I gave my 100%. I did movies, I did magazines, I did music videos, ads, TV ads, billboards. I did makeup brands, I did clothing brands, I did reality shows. I did almost everything. Celebrities देखि लिएर सबै गरे मैले हैन. अनि मलाई चाहिँ यो फ्यासन इन्डस्ट्रीमै कन्टिन्यू गर्नु मन थियो. And यो पोइन्टमा चाहिँ मैले सबै गर्दा गर्दै the works were getting repeated के, and so I felt like I really need to get out of my comfort zone again to grow more. And also I was not happy with a lot of things के, things were not working out for me. I was not happy with my personal things, and इन्डियामा चाहिँ हजुरको आफ्नै पैसा लिनुलाई पनि you have to, आफ्नै hard earned money लिनुलाई पनि you have to chase, you have to run after it, and I was doing that. So it was really frustrating. अनि so this one day I came back from my work trip, अनि घर आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो एकदम रेनी सिजन थियो, अनि लाइक मेरो रुम पनि बन्द गरेर गएको थियो मैले. अनि I came home and I saw there was fungus all over my house के, and this was the time के, I just sat down and I cried. I'm like, I want to leave भनेर. I just cried because it was, things were not working out, कति धेरै कुराहरू. So leave भन्दाखेरि I just wanted to do everything that would make me happy. So I wanted to move to new house and I wanted to take a solo trip. So it was basically my business trip. तर त्यो trip को चाहिँ सकिसकेपछि I decided to go to Sri Lanka for 4 days. I was all alone. I was just spending time with myself. I went to the beach all day अनि माथि गएर sunset हेर्थे, and I did nothing. So I just spent time with myself to know myself better and to know what I want in life now भनेर. So I came back from the trip अनि मैले त्यो पहिला घर बुक गरिसके थिए मेरो त्यो पुरानो घरबाट मुभ आउट हुनलाई. मैले मेरो 1 month को रेन्ट पनि पे गरिसके थिए, अनि खै जबरजस्ती I had to move, and I just like furnituresहरु लिएर मैले सबै सेटल डाउन गरे. अनि सबै गरिसकेपछि चाहिँ म कति 9-10 दिन भएको थियो होइन 8-9 दिन भएको थियो त्यहाँ मुभ हुँदाखेरि मुभ भइसकेको एन्ड आई ह्याड टु साइन अ कन्ट्र्याक्ट फर 2 years देन त्यो कन्ट्र्याक्ट साइन गरेर मैले डिपोजिट पे गर्नुपर्ने थियो एन्ड वेन आई saw the contract for 2 years and I questioned myself कि त्यो टाइममा चाहिँ it hit me really hard के am I really settling down here I mean I'm really comfortable why am I doing this जस्तो भयो कि and then त्यसपछि I decided to leave अनि मेरो landlord she was in London and I told her that I want to leave and she was like so shocked she was surprised and saying why all of a sudden because I'm here and then you have to find me new girl this and that भन्नु थाल्यो तर म 10 दिन मात्र भयो थियो नि त मुभ भएको she still had time to find new one and she was making it so difficult so I decided to leave everything मेरो furniture सबै मैले ती छोडिदिएँ and then मेरो आधी लुगा I donated आधी मेरो प्याक गरेर and I left in 2 days so I just left everything I came back to Nepal अनि त्यो टाइममा चाहिँ अघि अगाडिदेखि नै I was getting emails from agencies in Dubai के so they wanted to sign me in भनेर अनि which I never considered तर यो पोइन्टमा आएर चाहिँ I felt like Dubai would be a good move for me but I wanted to get into the best agency in Dubai अनि त्यसपछि मात्र म उता मुभ हुन्छु भनेर सोचिरहेको थिएँ अनि so I started applying for this agency that I wanted to get in and I was even applying for agencies in Milan and a lot of places so Dubai was my priority and I applied to this agency but sadly they've stopped taking makeup artists 5 महिना अगाडि नै रहिसक्यो यो एजेन्सीमा चाहिँ and I didn't know what to do now but I had to get into this agency so I somehow convinced them I sent my work I sent all the list I sent all my portfolio it was really strong oily say so I sent everything and they were really impressed so I was the last one to sign in with this agency and that's how Dubai happened so I experienced a lot in 1 month I saw massive opportunities international brands, models, photographers from all over the world and Dubai was a massive hub for fashion industry and I'm really grateful that I had a family there and they took care of me and one more good news is now I am signed in with an agency in Milan as well. Still have a long way to go. I don't know where I am right now but I know I am where I should be and I'm really grateful for all the people that I've met and who has impacted me, who has helped me in my journey. You guys are the angels sent by God to make my journey more beautiful and all of you angels who's been supporting me online, you guys push me to do better, you guys support me and appreciate everything that I do in life and I'm really grateful to have you all. And it's been a long journey. I started from zero. I didn't have anyone to guide. I didn't have anyone to look up to. And I failed so many times because I would do it without knowledge. I would do it without experience or without anyone's guidance. And I would fail. I would learn from it. I would experience and I would do it again. So it would just go on and I never gave up. I kept on going. Every single time I have failed has taught me to know what are my weaknesses, has helped me to understand myself better and do better in future. So I've met so many people in my journey. Mero kamma I used to meet 5-6 new people, 10-15 new people every day. I might have just met them for a day, I might have met them again, I might meet them again in future, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm just kind and nice to everyone. I respect their job and what they do and also if I don't like someone's attitude or ekdam thulo swarma bolirach if I don't like the way they're talking then it doesn't matter to me because I don't take these things personally. I just listen to it, ignore and just move on with my life. But if I ever happen to talk with anyone, conversation start bhayo bhane I let them talk. I like to listen to their stories and I get inspired. That's how I get inspired. So while I was not like this, I would just talk about myself, but with the time I've changed a lot and now I like to listen to people, their stories. That's how I get inspired and we meet people for a reason. And so I've met beautiful people. They've inspired me a lot. So life ma jasto je situation ma bhaye pani I never stop praying. I believe in prayers and I pray a lot. And when I go to mandir, I don't just demand for things. Ke malai yo chahiyo ma tyo chahiyo bhanera ma chupo laera basdina. I pray like I'm just gonna work so hard. I'm gonna give my 100%. Ma ekdam mehnat garchu. You just help me with my luck. You just help me to find my direction, guide me to the right direction, and just let me know what I'm doing with my life. if you know what you're doing, be confident about it. Grab all the opportunities, stay focused, be tough, be your own motivator and your own support system, and just follow your passion. And whatever is that you do, make sure you do it with love, not based on society or how much money are you gonna make or any other exceptions. Make sure you're happy doing this, make sure you're enjoying the journey. And I heard this from Sean Burana Hiran, where he says that sometimes we focus so much on our goals and our destination that we forget to live our life, we forget to enjoy the beauty of our journey. Or sometimes we enjoy the journey so much, we live so much that we forget about our responsibilities, that we forget about things that we need to take care of, our goals and ambitions. So keep a balance of both. Be ambitious, but don't forget to live. Do what you need to do, enjoy your journey. If you want to buy something, go for it, knowing your limit. If you want to do something, just go for it. Because one day you will be old and you will not have the same interest and same energy that you have right now. So don't forget to live your age. And as I said earlier, just do what makes you happy. No one's opinion should matter. For me, it never matters, because when I wanted to work in fashion industry, people would say, oh, it's going to take you 5-6 years to work with so-and-so brand, so-and-so photographers. And when I was moving from Nepal to India, hardly few people know, like no one knew that I was moving. But when I wanted to move out from India, few people knew about it, and they would be like, why are you taking this risk? You're already doing so well. Why are you leaving? You might have to start from zero again, this and that. I never listened to them, because if I don't take risk in life, I'll never be able to grow. I'll never be able to get out of my comfort zone. And what they're saying is their point of view. It shouldn't matter to you. So even if I have to start from zero, I think it's okay, because I'm not afraid of change. I am just growing, learning, discovering myself and the world around me.